Is anybody here today? I know that most of you will find this video after the live stream, but that's still cool. Once you're able to watch my video, I'll be cool about it. Whatever time you find it, please make sure you watch it and watch it to the end, okay? Anyway, see my hair. How do you see this my hair? I managed to put it like this. Let me just come and sit here and come and sit here and make my video. You know, it's not every time we can always have the time to prepare before coming to sit and make video, stream or whatever. So it's nice. You just have to come here, or you may not get the chance to do the video again. So as I'm here, don't mind my hair. Don't even mind the looks at all. Don't even mind the looks at all. Mind the message. In fact, the message itself is my choice. I'm just kidding. Anyway, who's here? Who is here? Who is here? Who is here? Well, even if I don't find anyone yet, I'm going to start making a video, because the most important thing is that even after this live stream, this video is going to be on my channel. Anytime you visit it, you'll find it, okay? Alright. Alright. It's good to have you guys here, and for those of you who have been following me right from the time I started my channel, I'm really grateful. You don't know how I'm happy to have you here. I know that there are some persons that whenever I upload my video, are here for sure to watch. So I'm really grateful. Okay, for my new for new subscribers, for those of you who this is your first time, if this is your first time on my channel, I highly welcome you. Welcome to Steffi's family. I call you people family because without you, I don't see myself moving anywhere forward on YouTube. So I'm grateful. And today, from the topic of today's video, you already know what I'm going to be talking about. Okay. For some time now, there are things I've not really been finding funny where we are currently. I made a video earlier on when I started this channel. I made a video on what I don't find funny living in India, and in that video I didn't say much. It was more of our relationship with the Indians. So now this video, this live stream is gonna be more of our the kind of personal issues, like the kind of problems we are facing here that has nothing to do with anybody around us. We are just facing this as foreigners. I know these are things that most people can run away from when you are not in a country that is not yours. Over time, when I was coming, when I was coming here, it was like, you know now, it was like I could just imagine what life would be like over here. But yes, it's true, life is fine here. You have electricity, you have water, you have at least reasonable roads to move on. You have this ease of there is ease of a certain kind of things here, like For me, who is a mom, I don't necessarily need to go out to get items I need at home. In a snap of a finger, I have my items here. I just do online order things, even if food items, I just place my order and next thing I have them here. Which I know that if it was back home, it will be difficult for me because I will always have to. The fact that I don't have a nanny, I will always have to move with my kids out to buy things whenever my husband is not around. But that's not the same case here. I just place order for these things and I get them here. And things like that, so many things seem easy. But then everything that has advantages also have disadvantages. So before I go into my main topic for today's video, let me just give you a glimpse of what goes on when you are a foreigner and what has made me to take the decision that I have made, and I'm coming here to make this video. Okay, why you find these things very easy to do? There are things that are not funny, like, this is an environment where the more money you make, the more money you spend. So for us, the kids, bills are there, bills are not funny. Electricity bill, what? Just name it. And everything you buy here, you pay tax for it. Even to drinking water, everything you purchase here, you pay tax for it. Let's talk about taking kids to hospital. I'm not talking of being hospitalized yet, because that one is a special case on its own. Let's just talk about kids' immunization or vaccination. Each time you take the kids to the hospital, be sure that's for vaccination. I'm not talking about treatment, because that one it will incur the cost of its own. Be sure to spend a reasonable amount of money. And for we who are Nigerians, coming from Nigeria where our money doesn't even have value, when you spend here and you try to sit and convert it to naira, you discover that you have spent so much on something that ordinarily is not worth it. Sorry, it's like there's a construction work going on over us here. So in case you hear any noise, you know that it's coming from that floor above us. So you spend. It's like there's no doubt that when you're in places like this, you make money. At least you make more money than if you were in your own home country, you would. But the more money you make is the more money you're going to spend. So in most cases, if you don't take care, if you don't take precautions on your spending, you're going to spend your life so many years in this kind of places and go back to your home country empty. And people will be like, all the years that you have spent over there, what were you doing there? You were the son. We even say, they were living extravagant lives, they were living luxurious lives, and say all sorts of things. Even people that you used to help back at home will still say a lot of things about you. But there are so many things that you won't know until you are in yourself. So, and for my own, like in my own case, I'm not working. When I was coming over here, I was made to understand that I am never going to engage in any form of work. Okay, yes, I accepted and I signed that. So for some of us, it is just the husband. My husband is the one working. So by the time you do all these things that you have to do with money in a month, after you pay all the bills and taxes and all that, and you that's after you spend all this money, and then you still manage to what, send money home to friends and relatives. At the end of the day, you discover that you have little to nothing in your savings. So I really thought about this. I was like, what kind of life is this? Is this truly worth it? That's when I began thinking that no, this place is not. And the funniest thing is, you can't even engage in any form of business here. Once your visa says you are coming for this, yeah, that's what you are coming for. No diversion, no change of purpose, no change of anything. Once your visa says this is what you're doing, you can't do anything otherwise. So you are confined to one thing. So even if your one source of income is not enough, you will still be managing that one source of income. You can't engage in anything else. And for people that are even staying abroad, sometimes I just pity them. I just pity people who stay abroad and they try to like do business with people back at home. You try to invest so that you can see how you will have different streams of income. But once you become, how do I call it? Should I call it abroadian or when you begin to live abroad, everyone back at home, friends, family, everybody thinks that money falls from the tree. Every day you wake up, you go out there, you pick this money and put it in your pocket. Nobody knows the struggles people staying in diaspora go through. All their concern is if they ask for money and you can't give them, it becomes what, a problem. Some people, just because you've not been able to meet up to them, they've written you off and so many things like that. When you try to now do business at home with some persons, that is how your money will enter voicemail and nobody will owe you any apology, because they are either family or friends. They won't owe you any apology for it. You just have to understand. And then at the end of the day, you discover that even the business you're trying to do back at home has failed. So what we do, you've tried different kinds of, you have tried different kind of businesses and they failed. Sorry, that's my baby girl at the door. She's banging the door, she's crying. Okay. Okay, so that's it. You go through all these things. These are the things that we staying abroad go through. But people back at home don't have any idea. They don't know it. And aside this, there's another thing that is like kind of, it may not really be a problem to others, but for some of us, it's a huge problem. Like me, food, missing my own food, the food I used to eat in my own country, the food I grew up eating, and then I just have to divert, like I just have to switch to what I never grew up eating. It's another problem. Let me tell you guys something. You can, like in our home country, where you can just eat maybe a plate of rice with stew and meat, chicken or whatever, and then you are satisfied. You can even sleep that, eat that at night and sleep. Eat that at night and sleep. Here, before you sleep, hunger will start beating you again. You know why? These people, their food don't have, would I say they don't give energy. They don't give energy. They don't. they can't hold you for a while. You're like you eating and then it's going somewhere else eating. Even their rice, and when you put it in the mouth it begins to melt. It's not like the kind of rice we eat back at home. Just put the rice in the mouth, it's melting away already. You don't even need to chew it. So and basically the food they have here is the major food that you can eat and know that you have eaten solely. There's the rice I just talked about and what they call chapati, that's Indian bread. This chapati comes in different types. They have different types of chapati. So these are the two. So you can either eat chapati with any dal of your choice, or curd, that's like yogurt. And either eat it in yogurt or any dal of your choice. So even choices of food here, they're just limited, because aside these two that I mentioned, every other thing is like snacks, just snacks you find around. So they're not and the worst part of it is that even as this food don't give you energy for the day, they don't hold you, they still would build fat in your body, because so many of these foods here, they have that, I don't know, so many of their food here are not quite healthy. As you see, most of the women here and the men, they will have, this kind of fat built around them. You see this folded how do I call it? You see them with that kind of stomach, you understand? So food is another problem. There's things that I came here and I discovered that a problem to me, food. And for that reason, I think it's even one of the reasons why even my kids don't sleep well at night, because even what they manage to eat won't stay in their stomach for some time, and in fact it won't just hold them at all. So they keep tossing and turning around in bed. I'm talking this based on experience. I've experienced that too, where you eat now and before you go to bed you're feeling damn hungry. If that alone self can make you keep growing fatter and fatter, like they keep growing, that keep building fat in your body every day. Another thing is, life here is just the kind of, I don't know. Like I said in that video that I made about where I talk about my first time in India here and how I felt about everything. In that video I talked about this life of, not really associating, as a foreigner, it's difficult for citizens of the country to easily get along with you. Some don't trust you. Maybe others have heard stories about people from your own country. Like in Nigeria, there's nothing you hear about Nigerians there's no good thing you hear about Nigerians. So when they know you are from Nigeria, they begin to look at you like you are from one kind of I don't know. So even that friendly environment is not there, where you visit someone, they visit you, and so the whole thing is that you are just alone. Like we who are family here, we're just alone to ourselves in our own building. We can't mix up, like we can't mix up with others and then have that kind of free life. And then that's before COVID-19. Now that we're even in COVID-19, that's even worsen the matter. You can't even go you can't even like hang out and stuff like that. So many things. There's another, and for me another point is this. In my country, if I was in my country, back in my country now, I would definitely have a nanny, because I'm at the stage of bearing children in my life. So I will definitely have a nanny to help me out with the kids. but it's not possible to have a nanny here. You can't even hire a nanny here. What they do here is they what should I say, people that are supposed to serve as nanny, what they do is they work from house to house. No nanny is attached to just one person. You can clean in this house, like in the morning you can clean in about 10 different houses. If you are able, you just do that and you get paid at the end of the day. It's not like in our own country where you have a nanny stay with you alone at home and they are not going anywhere. They are just for you, to serve you. It is not the same here. So managing kids is really difficult. Sometimes I want to have a time of my own. I just can't get that time. Sometimes I even want to take a nap. I just wish God sent someone from heaven to so that I can say, okay, let my kids stay with you for like 30 minutes and let me take a nap, or let them stay with you for 30 minutes, let me do this or do that. I just have to be at my kids' beck and call, doing all the work one person. I barely even have time for my own self and my own things. This is one of the reasons why even uploading videos here frequently is a problem, because I don't get the time to even if I'm talking to you right now. That's why I decided to make this live stream, because I know that if I record another video, I have 2 recorded videos that I've not been able to edit them because my husband traveled and I was with the kids. I was the only one with the kids, so it was difficult for me to edit my video. You have to be alone in a quiet place for you to be able to edit your videos. Not this one that they are dragging you, climbing your head, climbing your neck, pushing you around, ordering you around and things. It's not really so those videos that I made, they're actually there waiting for me to have the time to edit them. That's why I decided that I need to drop a video on my channel today. So that's why I'm here live streaming. It's one of the challenges. Nobody to give you a helping hand, and I don't know, just so many things. So coupled with the new life here now, this COVID-19 and all that, we sat, myself and my husband, we sat and thought about, I thought about going back to Nigeria. I thought of going back to Nigeria actually. My husband has never been on the same page with me on going back to Nigeria. But of course, I don't blame him, because the kind of things that are happening back at home. It's not funny. In the last few days, I've been, for those that are on my WhatsApp, they'll notice that I have been posting things, talking all kind of things that come in my head about Nigeria. I've been posting it on my WhatsApp because I've been upset. It's not like what is happening there is affecting me as I'm sitting here right now. But when you look at the future, as in you begin to think, when you have kids, you begin to think of the future. What does the future of Nigeria hold for your kids and things like that? And it's not like when these things happen to other people, you don't feel it. For some of us, when we hear things happen, ugly things happen to other persons, we are like, oh, that could have been me, that could have been my relative, that could have been my sister, that could have been my brother, that could have been my mother, that could have been my father. So when you hear of these ugly stories in Nigeria, for me, it touches me. It must not affect me directly, but it touches me that nobody is doing anything about all these things. How can you just kill, the story, what I heard, that the guy was just shot on the street, just like that. It's not as if they found him with anything. They just concluded that, okay, because of the way he kept his hair, he must have been a Yahoo boy. Who does that? Which country does that kind of thing? So each time I think about Nigeria, it's like it's giving me headache. It's getting me nuts because don't get me wrong, I'm this kind of person that love my country so much. I love my country so much that I don't even see myself. I have never, even as I'm here in India, I always see myself in Nigeria. Funny enough, with all the things happening, I still see myself in Nigeria. That's how it is. That's the kind of thing that's in my head. I don't really like the idea of going to base in another man's land. I have never been a fan of that. It was even condition that brought me here. And I'm already done. I'm tired of the life here. The life where you can't have anybody to talk to, no relative, no friend. You just have yourself and your kids confide in the house with limited places to go. With the presence of this COVID-19, we just have limited and the whole thing is crazy. Like me, it has been disturbing my mental health. Like I'm not been feeling myself because I feel I shouldn't be in this environment anymore. I'm completely tired of this environment. I can't wait to leave this place. So whenever I think of living here, I don't think of any other place because I feel the same things I face here, I'm still going to face them in other places, even though in more advanced like in advanced countries rather, there will be more like benefits. Here where we are, I was talking about the expenses we do here. In other countries, our kids would have been benefiting from some of these like there are benefits that are tied when you have kids and all in other countries like Europe. But here it's not the same thing. You only work here and then give back the money to the Indian economy. Like we are working and giving them back the money in different ways. Is it by buying clothes for ourselves? Is it by buying food items? Let me tell you, food items is something else here. It's in this COVID-19 that we are home that I really took note of how much we spend on just food alone. We spend so much on food that you can't even see. Food items that you can't even see. If I begin to break down the whole thing, you will be shocked. It's crazy. So the whole thing is like my husband is working here and giving back the money into the Indian economy through buying of food, clothes, paying rent, paying taxes, just name it. What is it? When schools were on, I was spending money, taking money to and fro from school. We're spending money on her school fees and all that. So many things that take up the money you make. But when you are coming for the first time, the pay that you hear about is so huge that whoa, you think you are coming over here to blow and all that. But when you come here and you begin to spend like things that you can't run away from, this one is not luxury life. It's not. We are here. We are not buying cars. We don't even have a car here. We are not driving cars here. We are not. There's nothing we are doing here that somebody will say we are living extravagant lives here. No. Even the hotels we used to go sleep in, they were based on points that my husband gets from his office work. There were points that we used to book and go on vacation here most of the time. So there is absolutely nothing here to say we have been living extravagant lives. But yet, no matter how we try to be more economic in our spending, like to be more rational in our spending, we still find out that if you continue to live in this kind of environment, even in the next 10 years, you have little to nothing to show for it. For my husband, I'm even like, his own is, in fact, I praise, like, how do I call it? His own self is very much different because he has really tried. because there's so much on him. There's so much on him, but I still see the things that he managed to do. So he has really tried. Okay, having talked about all this, uh, if you are in your home country, assuming I was a citizen of this country, these kind of expenses we do here, most of them won't do them. Like the heavy tax that is being levied on my husband's salary, it can't, because he's a citizen. But once you are a foreigner, and the kind of tax you pay will make you like this sweat blood self. You are working, you are paying huge amounts of money in the name of tax. So when you consider all these things, you begin to weigh the advantages and the disadvantages of both sides. Okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages of staying in your home country? What are the advantages and disadvantages of staying in India? So when myself and my husband talked about this, we decided that we are going to make arrangements. We decided to start making arrangements of moving to Canada. He started this process of moving to Canada. He started it last year. Yeah, last year, towards the end of last year, he started making arrangements of us moving to Canada, because there probably I will have the chance to work. I will have the chance to earn my own money as well, and then the pay there will be good, and like that. So many things. We feel that being a developed country, life will be better than India here. But then there are certain things that I've been considering in my mind. I'm telling you, in the midst of all this, my husband always talking of Canada. In the midst of everything, I still see myself. I still see myself in Nigeria. In my thoughts, in my head, it's like, Steffi, you need to be in Nigeria. Steffi, you will do better in Nigeria. Steffi, you people will be able to do better in Nigeria. You'll be able to work and do better things in Nigeria. I'm like, should we go back to Nigeria? Should we go to Canada? Should we go back to Nigeria? But then, again, on the other side, seeing the things that are happening in Nigeria, this minute, I want to be in Nigeria. The next minute, I hear a story from Nigeria that is will shock me. I begin to wonder if that's where I want to be with my kids, my family. I'm like, right now, I will not lie you, I'm confused. I'm confused on where to go, because I know that even in Canada, it's not going to be easy. The differences between here and there won't be that much, because even there, I believe that we will definitely face things like staying alone, not having anyone to interact with, because anywhere we go, we are foreigners, and we will definitely be treated as foreigners. And then the expenses and everything I'm talking about here that are crazy, I don't think even there will be better off. So I've been confused. But then, looking at Nigeria again, look at the level of poverty in Nigeria. When we blame it on government, some people don't know, and they're like, why are we blaming the government? We are lazy, we don't want to do anything, and we put all the blames on government. Come on. When I hear people talk that way, I'm like, does this person really know what the person is saying? If you know about Nigeria, if you know very much about Nigeria, you won't say, they should stop blaming the government or anything like that. Okay, look at where we are now in India here. Do you know it's very easy to do business in India here? Because these people have good internet connection. And this internet connection that is good, then it's not like it's going to cost a hole in your pocket. There's that plan. There are plans for every level. according to how you can pay. Prices of products here are being regulated. Like, you can't see a shop A selling something that you can't see a shop A selling biscuit 10 rupee and shop B will be selling biscuit 50 rupee. It's not done. If you see shop A selling biscuit 10 rupee, know that shop B is definitely going to be selling what? 10 rupee as well. So prices are being regulated here, that even if you buy something in a shop nearby, or you buy online, you discover that the price is what? The same, almost the same, or the same. But that's not so in our country. Look at during the pandemic. Look at the way things were hyped in a critical time like that. People were selling things, were making gain at haba, and taking advantage of the situation and making unnecessary gain from that. It is not what is done. These things are not, you can't do that here. Everything is being regulated. Even the network we use. Okay, let's talk about jobs. Okay, there are no job opportunities. They are not creating job opportunities. Is it not the government that's supposed to create job opportunities? Okay, for example, now the refineries that we don't have, if only the government provided refineries, is that not going to employ the youth? This oil that we take to other countries and refine and bring it and sell it. That reminds me, do you know that Nigeria sells fuel more expensive than India? India that buys fuel from Nigeria. Most of these countries that Nigeria sells fuel to, their prices of fuel, like the price of fuel in those countries is less than the price of fuel in Nigeria that has this thing that is giving out. Is it not funny? Okay, let's talk about let's leave that aside about creating of job opportunities. Okay, let's say that the youth now wants to make something reasonable with their lives. What environment has the government made it like possible for the youth to be self-employed? Imagine you want to do business that has to do with use of electricity, use of internet connection, use of and then you don't have the electricity, you don't have it, and then our country don't have the electricity, don't have the what is it again? Is it not because who would you blame that on? Most businesses are striving here. Businesses are striving here in India better because what? Their government has provided these things for them. Tell me how it's not even easy to do business in Nigeria. Before your business, even if you start, before that business survives, you must sweat blood. It's not easy to do business in Nigeria because even if take it that if you are running a business that requires the use of electricity, there is no electricity available. That's point one. Okay, you decided to buy a generator to be using, and then the price of fuel is crazy, like abnormally high. Tell me how a business person is going to cope with all these things. See, the thing is, whether we like it or not, our government had to be blamed. I'm sorry for those of you who don't like to hear that. Why are you people always talking about the government? Why can't you go out and do something reasonable? What is it to be done in Nigeria that is smooth? Okay, look at, you can just, now it's getting to a level where even stepping out of your house is going to like be scary for most people in Nigeria, because this one that they just shoot anybody on the street now with no justice being done, like with nothing being done about it. I wonder if this kind of thing will ever happen in other countries. It's so sad. You see the stories of killing people here and there in Nigeria. It has painted a very bad image of Nigeria. To think that the people were just managing poverty alone was not enough, and then this thing of, it's not good. So if you are benefiting from the government and you feel nobody should talk about it, fine and good. Stay with your own opinion until it affects you one day. You understand? But then, as human beings, we should all have this sense of human in us, because it must not directly affect us before we know that someone else is going through pain. I'm talking here, what is happening right there now, it's not affecting me in any way. To be honest, it's not affecting me in any way. But then, I'm feeling the pain of people that are being affected. And for the fact that this country is mine, I have no other place where anybody can adapt me. No matter what I do, I will still end back in that country, what still gives me a thing of concern. So if you are not being reasonable, you're not being thinkable, then you can think whatever you want to think, say whatever you want to say, or even hate me for coming here to talk about these things. But this is really painful for people like us that love to stay in our own country and not stay in another man's land, because it's not easy for you to just go and completely adapt in an environment that is not yours after spending your whole life in your home country until you experience it. Now, most people are saying that the best option to move, the best option is to move abroad. Yes, in a time like this, who will not consider moving abroad? But let's ask ourselves, even if you are moving abroad now, that place is still not yours. What if something happens and they're like, okay, everybody go back to your home country? What do you think it would be like? Another thing that is very painful in Nigeria is the non-payment of salary. How can people work without payment? People retire without their gratuity and their pension. It's crazy. Why I'm talking about this thing in this video today is that really, some of us don't have a choice but to think of moving abroad, because when you think of all these things, you begin to ask yourself, is there any hope for Nigeria? You begin to think, what's the future of your children? You begin to think so many things. You begin to think like, do you really want to stay in that kind of environment, in that kind of country where nothing seems to be moving, there's nothing positive. So, having said all this, let me come back to the topic of today. So my husband was in the process of making he already applied for this Canadian process. There are so many stages and so many things to do before it will finally reach to our movie. But right now, even after all I've said, I've decided, or rather, my husband is on my husband is not ready to stay in Nigeria. To him, Nigeria is not the best option right now. But what of me? I think I don't. in all these things that are going on in Nigeria, I still, like I said earlier, I still see myself there. Most probably because in Nigeria, I have people, I have families to like run to even when I need to rest. I can just call anybody to come over and stay with me at home. I can have a nanny in the house to help me with several things to do. And you see, if we are back home, we'll be able to plan our lives better. That's why I know that things are tough in Nigeria right now, and then the prices of things again, they are not funny, because I've been having information from people back at home. Prices of things in Nigeria is not the same as when I left Nigeria. In fact, it's crazy. But then these things that is like it's all over now. Because if I tell you the prices of things here, you will be shocked. You won't believe it. It's not any better anywhere, especially food items in this country. It's costly. Food items are really costly here. So the thing is, I've been thinking, if we're in Nigeria and we're like doing business in Nigeria, and my husband is like kind of working there, I think we'll plan our lives better that way. Unlike here where you work, you see the money quite alright, but the money vanishes vanishes in the air. So to me, this Canada thing is not like, it's not my number one. It's not the number one in my head. But I feel my husband can go if he's given, like, if he has, like, if he's granted the PR. I think he can go while we stay back in Nigeria, while we move back to Nigeria, because I don't see the possibility of things being like very much different from the experiences that we've got here in India. A foreign country will always be a foreign, like a foreigner will always be a foreigner, no matter where he or she goes. So to me, I'm not considering this moving to Canada from India here as the best option for us all as a family. But I think that my husband can actually go when we are granted the PR, because if he's alone, it will be better. I know this is the kind of sacrifice that we have to make. It's not easy. I've tried this before. I've lived alone with my child in the past, alone. I know it's still not going to be easy for us, but if it must be, then somebody will have to, we both have to make the sacrifices, because I really can't see myself, maybe when our kids are a little bit grown, but right now I really can't see myself in Canada, to be honest with you. All that is in my head right now is Nigeria. And let me tell you one thing, whenever we talk about this, my husband is like, don't worry, by the time you go back home, eat all the food that you have been craving for, and then face the real Nigerian situation, you begin to think twice about your decision. I'm like, until then, because that's the environment I grew up from. And for all I care, we Nigerians, we are born survivors. How many people have died in that country despite everything? How many people has poverty killed, if not illness and all that? No, let me not put it that way. Because poverty actually can cause a lot of things that will lead to someone's death. Because poverty can give you high blood pressure. There's a certain level of poverty that can give you high blood pressure, can give you can cause so many some sort of health issues. And poverty, this thing poverty, when you have literally nothing and you fall ill, you are definitely on your own in that country, because nobody is going to pay your hospital bills. Nobody is going to foot your bills. Nobody is going to take care of your necessities if you are down. So to some extent, I agree that I would rather say that poverty can cause a lot of things, but I think we have not reached that level, and we will never reach that level in Jesus' name. So for now, all I think is that I know so many people will be like, if so many of you now will be like, am I all right? Especially if you are in Nigeria currently, you'll be like, am I all right? Am I thinking right? Yes, I'm thinking right. I know what I've seen here, and I know what is happening there in Nigeria. So this thing is a matter of choice. Everywhere, like I always say, everywhere there is suffering. We have suffering in different kinds of form. Different types of suffering we have. So in this life, it's just left for you to choose your own type of suffering wisely. And if I decide to choose my own suffering as Nigeria, then it means that I have weighed options, and then that's what I think that is best for me. So I feel anybody out there that wants to, even if you want to move abroad, if you're in Nigeria now, you want to move abroad, think this thing over and over again so that you won't make a wrong decision. Because for me, this abroad thing should be for people. I think this abroad thing should be for people who have not yet got families, like you're not yet raising family. But the singles, yes, it's best for you, because if you go out there now, you won't be able to. There's a way you can handle your life and be able to, even the things you work and everything, you'll be able to, save something and then for the future. But moving with family to a place where, standard of living is actually high, it's not really something that everybody should accept. You are buoyant, like, you are unshakable no matter what happens, then there is no problem about it. If not, you really have to think twice. Now, for those of you who have your businesses, your jobs back home moving well for you, for your own good, do your research before you go to that country that is calling your name every day. Before you move, do your research and know what is going on there and how you are going to do better there than what you're doing in Nigeria, so that you won't have regrets. Because this thing, like they always say, the grass always looks greener on the other side. Sometimes that business you are doing in Nigeria, you are doing very fine, you are doing good, like you are doing very well, and then you decide to abandon it because there's something better in the abroad. You may end up getting there and discover that you made the worst mistake of your life. See, people living out, most Nigerians or most Africans living abroad, most of them they can't wait. They are eager to go back home. But some of them, even the money to go back home and settle down is no longer there. Life abroad is not smooth for everyone. For some people, for some African, let's say for some Africans, that is why they resolve into, this white powder stuff, that white powder stuff. That's why most of them resolve into doing that, just to be able to handle the bills and the rest of it. Because if you don't find several streams of income like that, it will be difficult for you to balance or even be able to come back home with anything. For some Africans out there, I bet you they don't have. I've heard people's stories. Some don't even have they don't even have anything to come back home and start a life. Some are even squatting. They are squatting with other people abroad, and you back home are like you are like beefing them. They don't want to help you. They don't want to send money to you. You don't know the challenges that they are going through. Because they won't come out and say it. They won't come out and tell you what they are passing through. Most people have regretted leaving what they were doing, thinking that they will come and blow abroad. So before you move, you should think properly. Think well. Think before you take your decision. If you have, to me, I always say, if I have something doing back at home, like I have a good business that is earning me money, if not on daily basis but on weekly basis. I have that job that is sustaining me and paying bills, and then I'm doing other things to add up to what I have. I don't think there's any need. The life out there, one, it doesn't even allow you to have family time. See, my husband here has been traveling, and in fact, even not for this period of COVID-19, we used to barely see my husband at home. He is always traveling to go and do this one. I'm always at home here with the kids alone. So sometimes I just lie in the house here and I'm thinking, what if an emergency comes concerning me, and then I just have these little kids by my side, no family member around here, and my husband is away to another city? Sometimes I just imagine, I'm like, what if I'm caught up in that kind of situation? What do I do? Where do I start from? So thinking of, the thing is, it looks like everything looks rosy out here, but that's not exactly what it is like. For most people I know, even if you put them a knife here, going back to Nigeria is not an option. But for some of us, it is an option because we have our own reasons. And if I give you my own reasons, you'll be convinced as to why I want to go back home. So please and please, my dear people, if you want to move abroad, do your research. What did I say? Do your research. Make sure that your decision is not a wrong one, because some people have ended up being homeless abroad, whereas they had homes back at home. And then another thing again, the weather. Hey, jeez, the weather out there. Do you know that? So I've come to conclude that Nigeria has got the best kind of weather, because even here, the weather is not cool. Why I say it's not cool is that if it is summer, you will be burning. If it is summer, you will be burning here in India. And when it is winter, you will be freezing. That's extremities in weather. I talked of this in that video. I talked of this in this video that's popping up here right now. Yes, I talked of this in that video I made on the things I don't find funny living in India. Weather here, for me, is a no-no, because in fact, to some extent, I prefer summer, which is burning, than the winter, because the winter winter weather makes me confused, and it makes me lazy. I just want to keep myself warm in bed all through. I don't want to get up, because the cold here in winter is something else. I've never come across such cold in my life, because I've not traveled to a colder country. So the weather, and you see Canada, what I call winter here is nothing compared to what the kind of cold you will meet in Canada. That's let me just say, because of all these reasons, I've been thinking. No, 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 no. I've been thinking. No, 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 no. I don't think I'm physically, psychologically, and how do I put it again? I don't think I'm ready for Canada or anywhere else right now. At this stage, let me just focus on what I can do in my own country while I raise up my kids in a friendly environment, not some place where they'll be seen as some kind of outcast, or how do I call it? They'll be seen like less human and stuff like that. No, let them grow, learn what they can learn, like culture wise and things like that. Let them grow up a little bit, and if God allows it, we can, send them out for study, to study abroad. For me, I'm not. If at any point I decide to move to Canada or whatever place, know that I've made a sacrifice for my family and not myself. Because me, despite all that is happening in Nigeria, I still see myself in Nigeria. And that is why I am always pained that nobody is doing anything for the betterment of Nigeria. Everybody is looking at Nigeria the way it's dying. No one is concerned. Even people who are supposed to rise up and say, no, we can't take this any longer, see it as a normal thing. Like it's normal to live in abject poverty. It's normal to feed from hand to mouth. It's normal to be unable to pay your bills at the end of the day. It's normal not to have electricity. It's normal not to. In fact, everything the citizens of Nigeria now see as normal, which is not supposed to be so. Sometimes you need to stand up and fight for your rights. Is it until they drag that country to the pit, or how? I don't know, because the level of which this thing is going, it looks like one day now everybody will begin to have a weapon for self-defense, because this one that the so-called SARS, those nonsense people that they call them SARS, are being like they're being treating people anyhow. Like, sometimes I ask, what did we do to deserve this? What did you do to deserve that kind of government in Nigeria? Whenever I want to talk about this, I feel pain, because that is the place I want to be. That is the place I want to be. So somebody should make it better. How about now? What does it take? Look at that. Look at our population is nothing compared to the Indian population. Look at the things they are enjoying in this economy. Look at it. Oh my goodness. What does it take? This is sad. This is really, really sad. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the Nigerian government. I'm not happy with this administration. I'm not happy with anything. In fact, if you like and hate me for what I'm saying in this video, I don't care. I don't care, because not everybody that should be a coward now. We just fear. Oh, I don't want to. If I talk, they'll send them after me. They'll send somebody after me. Who will send who after who? At least I don't know where there is no freedom. There is freedom of speech. I'm talking. I don't care if anybody comes after me. At least there will be a history that somebody yes, there will be a history that somebody spoke bad. Stephanie spoke bad of the government and then they killed her. That is where it starts from. I'm not afraid of anybody. Because na the same way everybody dey go. We are just buying time here. We are just buying time on this earth. Right now, say in this period where we are in this new era, I have my life has taken a new turn because I don't really say things the way I used to say them before. Everything and I see it with a vanity kind of eye. We're just struggling to live because if you don't struggle, nobody will feed you. You will die of hunger where you are. So once you are alive, you just need to struggle. That is how me I see it. Otherwise, everything you see na vanity. We dey all go the same way. We are just buying time. When your time never reach, you go dey do like you be boss. You are untouchable. When your time come, na you go just succumb humbly. You go succumb. So me, I'm not afraid of anything, no, and I'm not afraid of anyone. Whatever you want, then do it. Who cares? Like after doing it, you will, when your time comes, you will fight death. Rubbish. Anyway, I've come to the end of my video. So guys, I know most of you have not really cared to watch my video and then share it. Please, this is my own hustle. This one better pass to go steal for anywhere. I beg. Una dey support me. Una dey support me for this my channel. I wan reach there. I wan reach where I go dey count the money. So if you know say you never subscribe to my channel, big una beg, I dey beg you, just click that subscription button. The thing just dey by your right, red like that by your right. Click the subscription button and the notification bell icon wey dey beside am, so that anytime wey I just put video for here, you go get am. Abeg I dey beg, make una support my care, support my growth. Now this one better pass to go steal person. Go to hustle like this genuinely better pass to go steal. So make we learn to dey support each other hustle. Me on my own part, I dey support other people hustle. So may the blessing come on top me. Other people make dem support my hustle. Abeg o, click the subscription button and the notification bell icon so that you can get my future upload. Thank you for watching and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.